Dear students, welcome you all to my class again. Okay, this is a lesson from 8th standard Karnataka State First Language English textbook. Okay, so this page is all about how you write the lesson plan. Okay, wherein in the beginning itself you will mention your lesson number, which class you're going to take, section, subject, topic, subtopic, date, and the period or the time allotted, which is in Karnataka you will have 40 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes, 50 minutes, depending on the school. Okay, now in the first page you have something called as instructional objectives, which you all know about it. In English we have RCEA, which is nothing but remembering, yes, comprehension, expression, and appreciation. And then on the right hand side you will have to write your teaching points, your teaching aids, and the references, but I have written in the next page. Okay, see, this instructional objectives are nothing but any teacher without having an objective will not be able to deliver the lesson. In the sense, without a fixed objective, the lesson will go blank. So it is necessary to have the instructional objectives, wherein you will get to know what is the teaching learning process and how effective would that be. Okay, now let us move on to the next page and see what we have to write. Here we have something called as teaching aids, which are nothing but before a teacher goes to a class, these teaching aids would help her in elaborating the lesson, in the sense giving more explanation about the lesson. So in this lesson you will have to carry a chart of adjective, an activity chart, then flashcards for vocabulary words or new words, and a picture of parasol. The title is all about Swayamvara. You have to relate those students with something with marriage. So this is how your questions could be. First, as soon as you enter the class, you would greet the students, okay, and connect them with the previous knowledge. You would start with the beginning statement, which is very necessary for an English class. You would state here that, students, we all know that different seasons are there in a year. Can you name the seasons we come across? Or you can also put across in this way, what are the seasons that we could come across in a year? So students would answer summer, winter, rainy. And next question, you go to the, yes, you can give a statement, or you can take that answer and appreciate them. Yes, children, very good. We have summer, we have winter, we have rainy season. And then you would proceed with, how do you protect yourself from the weather in winter? So children would come up with answer, we wear some woolen clothes, or the clothes that are that save us from the cold. Okay, now again a related question, or a question that has a link. What do you do in the rainy season to protect yourself from the rain? So students would say, we would carry an umbrella, wear jackets. You would again appreciate them and then ask, would you feel like using colorful umbrellas? They will say, yes, yes ma'am, yes sir. Then you can ask another question here, or probably you can give a statement and then proceed to the next question. We also use these umbrellas with decoration during marriages, isn't it? They'll say yes. You would go directly to a question which is related to your topic as well as the connection from the previous question. What is a Swayamvara? The students would say, this is nothing but the princess choosing his own prince in the king's court. Or you can ask something like this. In the time of the kings and the queens, this Swayamvara used to happen. Do we still follow this nowadays? They would say no. And you can ask here again, do you know the Swayamvara of Amrita Prabha? They would say no. Then you can give a statement here, which is called a statement of aim. My dear students, in today's class, we'll be learning about the swayamvara of Princess Amrita Prabha and the divine parasol. Once you give that statement, you will write the topic on the board, subtopic on the board, and you will proceed to the vocabulary words. In this lesson, I have chosen few difficult words: suitors, contain, cast or cast, not cast, it is cast, exquisite. Now, you would start asking, or you would first show the flashcard and ask them to spell out that word. Once they spell out the word, you can ask the meaning, and if they do not answer the meaning, you can write it on the board. And now you can frame one sentence from your end using that word, and then you can call the students to write those sentences on the board, or you can ask them to write in their books. And probably you can give a situation using that word. This is how you will have to introduce a new word to the class. Okay, if possible, pictures, situations can be given to make the student understand more. Okay, first word is suitors, which means that man who wants to marry a woman. Then the second word is all about contain, which is nothing but something which has to be retained or sticked on. Cast, to look quickly at something. And the last word is exquisite, extremely beautiful. So you can give these meanings, you can make them to use these sentences in sentences, and you can proceed to the next part of the lesson. Okay, here if there is no author name, no problem. If at all the author name is mentioned, you will have to speak about the author, in the sense you will have to give information about the author, minimal if possible, okay, before the introduction of the vocabulary words. I hope I'm clear. Okay, now let us move on to the next part, which is all about the comprehension stage. Students, here the next part is comprehension stage, wherein the teacher would ask each and everybody to open the page number and concentrate on the passage. She has to tell the passage number or the page number and proceed. Okay, and the instructions should be given something like this. Students, I am going to read the passage. All of you observe how I pronounce the words, how I modulate my voice, and how I read the passage without making any mistakes. Okay. Once you finish reading of the passage, you would now ask one of a student to read the passage Okay, dear students, once you're done with the comprehension stage, which is model reading by the teacher, then the aloud reading by the students, then silent reading by the students. Once you're done with that, you will give a statement. Students, let us understand the passage. Okay, once you give that statement, or you can say, let me explain the passage now. All of you, listen to me carefully. First teaching point is Swayamvara of Amrita Prabha. So based on this, you will have to give them information in detail about what is the actual thing that is happening in the passage, or what is the Swayamvara all about, whose Swayamvara it is. So here it is the Swayamvara of a beautiful princess whose name is Amrita Prabha, and how the king held a Swayamvara to enable her to choose her husband. Okay, you will have to give all the information, and at the end you will have to ask an evaluation question. How did Amrita Prabha look? So the students will answer, she looked beautiful, and this how you will have to write the teaching point. Okay, and let us move on to the next teaching point. Okay, this is the continuation of the first teaching point itself. Okay, these are the sub points, so do not get confused. So these are the sub points, and here we have the next teaching point, which is the divine parasol. So in total 5 sub teaching points, 2 main teaching points I have taken, so that to keep myself on track, or to make sure that I follow the steps or the lesson accordingly. In the sense, whatever teaching points I've written, I will have to give information based on the first teaching point and the second teaching point. In the sense, it has to be in a sequence, and the story should have some connection. So that's why I've written in this way. Hope you understand. Okay, so once you are done with the explanation part, the next thing that you do is you will go directly to the grammar. Okay, grammar is all about how you put across to the students. In the sense, you always have to stick on to the inductive deductive method, wherein you will give them the examples first and then come to the rule. In the sense, then you will explain the rule. Okay, since I've taken adjectives, probably you can take something like ice cream, which would actually describe the quality of an ice cream. So you can ask them, what are the qualities of an ice cream? When ice cream comes to your mind, what is the first thing that comes? So they would say, ma'am, sir, the flavor. They would say the taste. Ice cream is cold. So this way, you will have to elicit the rule from the students by asking them, okay, what is the grammatical component when you describe something about? When you describe a quality of something, what is that grammatical component called as? They would definitely come up with an answer, adjective. So probably you can then ask some examples from them, and you can write them on the board. Perform an activity if possible. If you have time, you can perform the activity and make them to come on the board, and you can do this activity. This would see this activity would look very engaging. This would make the students to involve in the lesson too much. Okay, so make sure you conduct this, and once you're done with the grammatical component, directly you would go to the concluding statement, saying that in today's class we have learned about the Swayamvara of Princess Amrita Prabha and the divine parasol, and you go to the next part, which is all about asking the questions. So by asking questions, you would try to recall whatever has been learned, and then you can write down the summary on the board, blackboard summary, so and make them to copy in their respective books, and then you give home assignment along with an activity, and end this lesson. Okay. Hopefully I'm clear. If you have any doubt, please comment in the comment box section so that I can get back to you soon. Thank you all for coming here and subscribing to my channel and listening to me. Thank you.